Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smite 2 Week 2 of the Alpha review for Hades. He's the one of the two gods that they added for Week 2 of the Alpha play test. I'm doing a video for him and Soul, so if you want to check out Soul, make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss that video when it comes out. Or go check it out on the channel if it already is out. Probably will be on the little eye if it is. Alright, so let's just jump right into his overview. He's pretty similar to how he was in Smite 1, so if you really liked him in Smite 1, you'll probably love him in Smite 2, just like most of the other gods that we've reviewed so far. His passive ability is called Blight. Your attacks and abilities apply Blight. Blighted enemies have reduced strength and intelligence and receive additional effects from your other abilities, which we will get into as that goes on. You can tell if they're blighted because they have like this weird purple fart around them. And it goes away in about 8 seconds, as you can see there. So you can just hit him again to reapply it. Right, Hades' first ability is called Death from Below. It says it's a leap, but it's just like how it was in Smite 1. When I first read that, I'm like, oh, did they change it? No, it's like a movement forward, but you go under the ground, so I'm sure they'll change that in the wording later. But you leap forward, deal magical damage to enemies, and if they are blighted, you slow them, and it applies blight on a hit. This scales off of intelligence. If you're new to Smite 2, they kind of combined a bunch of stats, and basically intelligence and strength are the main things most abilities scale off of now. So you can see it's pretty much just like how it was in Smite 1. You get the circle and you go underground, pop up, and you can see deal damage, and it applied blight to him. His second ability is called Shroud of Darkness. It is basically a silence. If you're dealing with a mage and they're using a bunch of abilities, just slap them with this and it will make them not be able to use abilities. If they are blighted, it will also fear them, which makes them just run in a random direction away from you. And I'll show that off here. Like, I'll hit a few of these guys and not some other ones. You can see it silenced all of them, and then it feared these two. His third ability is called Devour Souls. He deals magical damage to enemies around you. Blighted enemies explode when hit, dealing additional magic damage to them and enemies around them, and you heal yourself and your allies around you for health per blighted enemy. So we can show you there's some blighted enemies. We can silence them off, actually blight them really quick, and then we can just slam the ground. And you see I got some health back, and they all took a bunch of damage. So Hades' ultimate is a little different from Smite 1. It does relatively the same thing, but with a few small tweaks, which I think is pretty cool. He channels it to repeatedly deal damage and repeatedly vortexes enemies around you, so it basically creates a circle and pulls a bunch of enemies into you. While channeling, you may use another ability, but only once. He also reduces the physical and magical protections of any blighted enemies damaged by the ultimate. You are CC immune while channeling and gain increased physical and magical protection. I believe in Smite 1, whenever he was taking tick damage, he'd also like decrease his other ability cooldowns, and in this it just seems like he can pick one of his other abilities to cast while he's sucking everyone in, and I'll show that off right here. So you can see it's a pretty big circle. See if we can get that straggler all the way over there even. And we can do that and then say, well, if I didn't kill them all. Uh-oh, they trapped me. So I'll just show that off, that you can actually pick an ability and use it while you're using your ultimate. So say you suck everyone in, and then you can also slam. Or you could also, but you can only pick one ability. You can't use each ability once. So say there's a mage and you're scared that they're going to jump out of the circle. You can cast silence on them, and that will make it so they can't use abilities to get out, type thing. His ultimate is usually, I know it seems like it does a lot of damage. It usually doesn't do that much, and it's more for crowd control. It pairs very nicely with other people's ultimates. So if you're going to call out that you're going to use your ultimate and say Zeus is also with you, he can plop his big lightning storm above it, and everyone just gets destroyed. So Hades is kind of like a support mage tank. He's all over the place, but he's pretty cool. He's got a pretty cool play style. If you like I said before, if you liked him in Smite 1, you probably love him in Smite 2. Seems like he got a little bit of love. What do you guys think? Do you think they should have changed them up more? Do you think you should have got a brand new design? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Hades.